Hey everybody, so we wanted to do a little walkthrough when this thing was loaded down and ready to go. We're on a little bit of a test run here. We just at a campground and just trying to make sure everything would be the way we want it, need it. Is there anything we need to take with us that we don't have? Is there anything that we don't need to take with us that we do have? That kind of stuff before we take off on some big long trip somewhere. The first thing that we realized on the first night is it's really cold here right now, so we know we are not going to be able to probably go overlanding in cold temperatures, which kind of figured anyway. We weren't planning it, but we ended up having to borrow a heater, and we'll talk about that more later. To show you the outside first, and this is our pack that we put on the back, and if you've seen in the previous video, this is actually just a car top carrier that we decided to strap on the back of this to hold some of the things that we don't have room for or just don't want to keep inside the Hummer. So I don't know, do you want to show them what you've got in here, or? So we've got some level blocks in case we need to. We actually went and purchased this instead of using that big giant blue gray water tank that we have. And we've got our camping chairs. We've got a tarp that we need to get some poles for. We're going to use that as a canopy. And we've got pine pellets for the potty because that's a necessity in my book. We should also have room in there for a shower tent. We did not bring that this time, but we know it should fit in there okay, which will be nice. And you'll also notice that we have these traction boards. Don't ask me the brand, I don't know. We bought them off of Amazon. These are just a just in case kind of thing, because we may be going through some sand or who knows, possibly mud or something. Just in case we was to get stuck, then we have these traction boards that will hopefully help us get unstuck. Now let's show you the inside. Here's the inside. This is my sleeping section right here. This is Darby's sleeping section right here. And we have it set up where I can move her bedding over. There's another one of my hairs. And we have this little doggy placemat so we can put her food and water dish right there in case, we can't just stop and feed her wherever we're stopped. Because obviously she has to eat more than once a day. Then underneath you're going to see all of our storage. We've got food on this side. Right now we just have Darby some food in this little container. Normally if we go on a little bit longer of a trip, we're going to have a couple of small bags of dog food to take with us. But we have plenty of space right here, as you can see, for that kind of stuff. We got some more food over here, snacks and things. Our utensils are in this little plastic box right here. Also have a little coffee filter drip thing. We have, this is actually to sit on top of the table for when we're cooking, because the stove that we got was actually just a little bit too big for the tabletop. But our tabletop slides out, and then we have room under here for our little stackable pan set. We've got a collapsible bucket, some plates. There's the stove. It's a little propane stove. That's our brace for the tabletop, just to give it a little extra support. And I don't think I got that quite back in there right. Okay. Then we should just be able to slide the tabletop back over it, and that stuff's ready to go. So we have plenty of extra room right here for anything else we might need, like I said, a couple of bags of dog food or whatever that we need to take with us that maybe we didn't get in there this trip. We also have these little side things, and that would be where we're storing our first aid kit and some doggy supplies like tie out and things like that. And I'll turn you over here Then on this side, we have another one of those little things, and that's where I'm keeping my little USB fan, my sound machine, and, you know, my glasses when I'm sleeping at night, and whatever else, you know, we decide to put in there, but those kinds of things like that. We'll go around to the side and show you some of that. On this side, you can see we've got our potty in here. We've got our Blue Eddy sitting down there. I'll turn it a little bit. Got our Blue Eddy. Then in this thing that we bungee strap to the back of the seat, we have all our toiletries, toothbrush, you know, washcloths, things like that that we're gonna need. Towels we just stuck within the bungee behind that. Up here we've got all of our clothes storage, which you maybe was able to see through the back. We'll go around and show you the other side. You can see on this side clothes storage and all that. And down a little lower here, we're gonna go underneath this front part of my bed platform and lift this up and show you we've got water jug under there, some dirty laundry, and, well, some hiking boots that I just happened to get while we were here. Gonna need those. I just used for my bedding, I've got a couple of sleeping bags and blanket, and there's a little bit of storage room still up front here. We should be able to get a little bit of stuff in there. And then on that other side underneath where the Blue Eddy is, Jesse's probably going to keep some tools. And then, you know, through the day, my camera bag and stuff can just sit there, and we move that at night and get it out of the way. Then up here in the front seat, this is where Jesse sleeps. He's sleeping in the passenger seat. This lays back pretty far so that he can relax good. The cooler we bring, we're going to have sodas and things in there. That sits in the driver's seat during sleep time. Otherwise, it would be sitting probably back on my bed to, you know, keep it out of the way while we're driving. Otherwise, I mean, everything's set up pretty good. It seems to have gone pretty well. Just the worst part was, you know, really that whole heater issue this weekend, which, you know, I don't know. We might have to think about investing in something to be able to go places in cooler weather. But right now, we're not too concerned about it because we're not planning anything during real cold temperatures. Really, the only other thing that we were kind of not extremely happy with this little trip was the way that we were doing our water situation. That water jug's great, but it's a little inconvenient to be able to pull it in and out from underneath that platform. And we aren't sure that's going to be enough water if we were to go somewhere for an extended period of time where we didn't have access to, you know, stores or something where we could purchase some water or just refill it. That's something we got to think about. We will, you know, probably, I don't know. We're considering a roof rack. So maybe homemade, but yeah, we may do a homemade janky, but yeah, we are kind of considering a roof rack just for some extra storage for things. I don't know about water, but, you know, maybe to get something else out of the way so that we would have room to put water inside. We don't know. We haven't really got that far thinking about it. It's just, like I said, this was a test run to give us an idea of the things that we might need to change, might want to change, either for convenience or necessity, whichever. Otherwise, we're pretty happy with the setup. I think it's gone pretty well this weekend. You know, like the sleeping arrangements and everything. Darby's done really good. She just curls up next to me and, you know, sleeps at night. So it's been working out pretty well, and, you know, we have high hopes that a long trip would, you know, go great. So we'll see, and of course we will video it and you'll get to see it as we do it.